marketing manager, and it is important that I update Jamaica on the financial impact of global crude and petroleum price increases for Petrojam Limited. And I have tried to simplify it so that every Jamaican can understand the impact that this is having on Jamaica as a result of the war. So prior to the recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, global oil prices were relatively stable, on average $70 per litre, with moderate fluctuations. However, the escalation in tensions disrupted the stability, leading to sustained upward pressure on both crude oil and refined petroleum product prices. So we have moved from $70 per barrel pre-war to $100 averaging, give or take, just in a matter of a few weeks. International oil markets remain volatile and prices elevated, with continued uncertainty regarding future price movements.
Hold on, Mr. Vaz. Hold on there, because I have to stop you, because you see, this is critical, people. This is critical. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. This is critical. Too critical for us to continue like that. In fact, can take down about this. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. The ungodly, they are not so. They are like a shaft which the wind driveth away. Welcome and good evening. Press conference held today, and some very critical points in Daryl Vaz presentation. And when you listen to Daryl Vaz presentation, you all see why the teacher and myself, people like Conrad O'Brien, and the listeners and subscribers to PortlandspiceTV, we have been calling for the government to address the nation on the effects of the war on the Jamaican economy and by extension the Jamaican people. I'm going back to this clip, and it's two clips I have with Daryl Vaz today. And I want you to listen what Daryl Vaz has said. And before I go back to the clip, I'm going to bring one to your attention. The man said before the war, oil was at $70 per barrel, and the wicked government cast a budget on $62 per barrel. Where are the sympathizers of this government? Where them there? Let's go back to the first clip with Daryl Vaz.
That I update Jamaica on the financial impact of global crude and petroleum price increases for Petrojam Limited. And I have tried to simplify it so that every Jamaican can understand the impact that this is having on Jamaica as a result of the war. So prior to the recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, global oil prices were relatively stable, on average $70 per litre, with moderate fluctuations. However, the escalation in tensions disrupted the stability, leading to sustained upward pressure on both crude oil and refined petroleum product prices. So we have moved from $70 per barrel pre-war to $100 averaging, give or take, just in a matter of a few weeks. International oil markets remain volatile and prices elevated with continued uncertainty regarding future price movements. Jamaica continues to experience weekly increases in fuel prices, driven by upward movements in the U.S. Gulf Coast benchmark, which is a primary reference for refined petroleum products in the region. I want you to listen to me carefully now. Between March 12th and April 8th, the full increase in transport fuel prices averaged $49.20 per liter. So that would have been the increase based on the change in the oil prices. However, only $18 of that $49.20 per liter was passed on to consumers based on Government of Jamaica's pricing cap at Petrojam at $4.50 per liter per week, up or down. Meaning up $4.50, down $4.50. That's a cap on both up and down. This was made possible through Petrojam's pricing mechanism, which absorbed the remaining cost, amounting to approximately $8.6 million US dollars, or $1.3 to $1.4 billion over the period. This was in order to cushion the impact on the Jamaican people. The ex-refinery prices as of April 9, 2026, E10, 87 gasoline, $176.88 per liter. E10 90 gasoline, 184.32. Automotive diesel, 189.25. Ultra low sulfur diesel, 196.09. The ex-refinery price comparisons with and without the cap price for April 9th, 2026. 87 octane with the petroleum cap, the Petrojam cap, 176.88. Without the cap, 203.65. The difference, $26.77 per liter, is what the cushion that was put in place. 90 octane with Petrojam cap, 184.33. Without, 208.37. Difference, $26.77 per liter. Automotive diesel, ADO, 189.25 with the cap, 253.94 without the cap, a difference of $64.69. Ultra low sulfur diesel, 196 with the Petrojam, 196.10 with the Petrojam cap, without it, $270.60, $74.51 more per liter. So let me just repeat it again. The difference that has been saved by motorists, 87 octane, $26.77. 90 octane, 26.77. Automotive diesel, 64.69. And low sulfur, 74.51. Just think about that. The bottom line, gasoline prices would have risen by about $26.77 per liter without the cap, while diesel prices would increase much more, between $65 and $75 per liter. Now for the important part. Government's action.
And you know, Mr. Vaz. And it also comes down to these people only invite amateurs to their press conferences, cabinet, post-cabinet press briefing, and only invite amateurs. Nobody who could ask. let me go to the next clip.
Crude and petroleum price increases for Petrojam Limited. And I have tried to simplify it so that every Jamaican can understand the impact that this is having on Jamaica as a result of the war. So prior to the recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, global oil prices were relatively stable, on average $70 per litre, with moderate fluctuations. However, the escalation in tensions disrupted the stability, leading to sustained upward pressure on both crude oil and refined petroleum product prices. So we have moved from $70 per barrel pre-war to $100 averaging, give or take, just in a matter of a few weeks. International oil markets remain volatile and prices elevated, with continued uncertainty regarding future price movements. Jamaica continues to experience weekly increases in fuel prices, driven by upward movements in the U.S. Gulf Coast benchmark, which is a primary reference for refined petroleum products in the region. I want you to listen to me carefully now. Between March 12th and April 8th, the full increase in transport fuel prices averaged $49.20 per litre. So that would have been the increase based on the change in the oil prices. However, only $18 of that $49.20 per litre was passed on to consumers based on Government of Jamaica's pricing cap at Petrojam at $4.50 per litre per week, up or down. Meaning up $4.50, down $4.50. That's a cap on both up and down. This was made possible through Petrojam's pricing mechanism, which absorbed the remaining cost, amounting to approximately $8.6 million US dollars, or $1.3 to $1.4 billion over the period. This was in order to cushion the impact on the Jamaican people. The ex-refinery prices as of April 9, 2026, E10, 87 gasoline, $176.88 per litre. E10 90 gasoline, $184.32. Automotive diesel, $189.25. Ultra low sulfur diesel, $196.09. The ex-refinery price comparisons with and without the cap price for April 9th, 2026. 87 octane with the petroleum cap, the Petrojam cap, 176.88. Without the cap, 203.65. The difference, $26.77 per litre, is what the cushion that was put in place. 90 octane with Petrojam cap, 184.33. Without, 208.37. Difference, $26.77 per litre. Automotive diesel, ADO, 189.25 with the cap, 253.94 without the cap. A difference of $64.69. Ultra low sulfur diesel, 109 Jamaica through Petrojam, with the Petrojam, 196.10 with the Petrojam cap. Without it, $270.60, $74.51. And the Ministry of Finance has taken deliberate steps to mitigate the full pass-through of global price increases, stabilize local fuel prices, especially during periods of high. Cabinet has considered a revised new tiering pricing mechanism designed to allow for control and predictable adjustments, maintain consumer protection for smaller increases, enable greater flexibility during larger global price shocks. As of today, the new pricing mechanism is as follows. Based on the war in the Middle East, it has become necessary to make changes to the pricing mechanism used by Petrojam to respond to the pricing uncertainty. A tiered approach is being implemented, which will see petroleum prices being more closely aligned to global price movements. This will allow Petrojam to be more agile and respond in a more timely manner to price volatility. What does that mean? Because you know that I just talk straight. It means that the $4.50 cap cannot be sustained. And it means that we'll have to have several different tiers of caps, probably 3, that will speak to what's happening in the market. And as I said, its pricing is weekly, so it means that we can adjust on a weekly basis. But let me be blatantly, truthfully, upfront, in your face. The government of Jamaica cannot stomach $11.8 billion with all of what we have to do and the contending priorities. And anybody who tell you any different, I'm sure they will, after this press conference, rubbish. No government in a situation like this can sustain that. So my words to you, Jamaica, is definitively we are going to see increases as long as this continues. We will do what we can do, but it is important that you do what you need to do to understand that you need to conserve. Starting today. Government is going to have to look at policies to limit movements, especially transportation movements. I don't know, Minister Dixon, I don't know whether or not go back to a COVID hybrid version of working from home, but it has to, something has to happen, because the level of traffic that I'm seeing on the road doesn't show me that anybody realizes that there's a war and the price of fuel and oil is just continuing to go up and up and up. So I'm sure that cabinet will deliberate and the government will come up with plans as to how to conserve, but it is 100% the responsibility of every Jamaican to realize that we are in a major crisis as it relates to the price of oil internationally. And therefore, you need to take responsibility for your household and your business to see what you can do. So, despite the global market volatility, Jamaica's energy security remains intact, supported by established finished product supply contracts and local refining capacity at Petrojam.
Marsha, good evening.
Evening, sir. How you do?
Bye. I don't even know Marsha.
No,
I don't even know.
Daryl Vaz need to go to hell. Daryl Vaz should go and hang and blast itself. And telling people now about anybody tell you anything else are rubbish. Talk about the edge where no move, Daryl Vaz. Talk about the edge and charging the people $7 something, right? Switch how many years on the charging rate for the insurance. And if we didn't keep the insurance today, and NASA wouldn't get the price up, but it wouldn't be like when we not talk about now. How come do not take the people their money to pay the edge and don't pay the edge and now we're not going to tell we are kind of hanky-panky? The PNP should mobilize the taxi men, the bus men, them, and turn this place upside down. Because we take with money over the years and end up pay the insurance, and now we not control about the thing from we, Mr. and Miss Government. Not a backside. No. This is rubbish.
You're the man, sir.
Coming to
no government in the world.
Hear me, man. Hear me, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I love to talk about bad mind. No, we know who bad mind.
Yes,
them bad mind and them bad mind and thief. Because the thief $7.50 for we for the edge and now pay the insurance. And now the attack claps come and him attack and him a go around him now mention nothing about that, you know.
No, they're not. You expect them to talk about that, Marshy?
No, this is where we need journalists, not GLP or PNP activists. We need journalists
No,
to
but
question them.
Marshy.
And the PNP.
No, hold up. They are not allowing any of us in those press conference. I told you all that I sent Marlon Morgan a message asking him to give me the link to be a part of these press conferences. And he asked me if I'm mad.
Well,
they're not letting us in.
Hear me. All right, since no one silent them a parliament, at 28 of them in the house now. At 28 of them take to the street and explain to the people, and the government will answer. The PNP must start behaving like Catholic Church, start behaving like them Pentecostal church, who make a whole heap of noise and ball out. What the hell you do? Come on, Mr. and Miss PNP.
But
Wolan,
it's not just Mr. and Miss PNP. What happened to the people of Jamaica?
Well, you're so right,
And I'm
but
not
since then, they want
the
leadership
from their responsibilities.
Yes,
but what happened to the people of Jamaica?
Right, because the PNP did do what they could do to save us from this. What happening now, And the GLP put we in this. So therefore, we need to get up now and turn it back on them, man. We're ramp it out, man.
Yeah, man.
The people is to be blamed. Something need to be done.
Must be done now, though. I am calling that this government must not increase no petrol from where they must find the money. Find it.
That the money because we pay how much
insurance.
We pay it. At 10 years, then did I know?
I'm about 10 years we have paid that. I'm more than 10 years we have paid it, because remember the edge was in place.
Yes. And then come and them did it for the last 10 years and still collecting the money. And not even the $7 they can give out the motorists.
No.
Yeah? A joke.
You hear what Daryl tell about how much petrol jam take off away? No, Marshy, I was in Jamaica for a couple of days. Even last week I was in Jamaica. And my vehicle used diesel. I use ultra low. Yeah? And when I look at the figure where Daryl put out, the diesel depot out of Harborview was selling ultra low for $208 a litre, not $170.
Then, when me say the man they suffer from, the man they suffer from, the Affili syndrome, the man they can't talk and not tell no lie, brethren.
And
they can't do it.
Anybody can get some pictures of the gas pump.
Yeah.
Where you see the prices. Take them and send them to me. Because $208 a litre for ultra low sulfur. And in him thing a while ago, it talk about $170. Where? And this is in Kingston, I'm not at Portland. Because a long time ultra low sulfur in Portland for $230 a litre.
Yes. But let me ask you one question. I wonder if anybody, listen, one question me ask you, I wonder if anybody have any sweetheart deal with any set of gas people them to petrol from petrol drum.
I wonder if any minister of government own gas stations in Jamaica.
Well on. Me can't take out the one that was at that time. I can't say yes. We can't say yes. Right?
Former Minister of Energy.
Any minister sign any sweetheart deal with anybody from Petrodrum. I want that head boy listen to the program. Come in, head boy. Come in.
Hey,
call in, head boy.
A long time I not talk to him. Hey.
Yeah, man, me call him.
I need to call him.
I try to get him, otherwise we need, in time like these, we need that boy.
Can I tell you? Tell her!
Yeah.
Tell her! Tell her!
Turn up the thing here, sir. Turn up the thing. Little more. I try to get that boy and I can call the program.
Yes, sir. Cool.
All right. Good.
1-876 804-7072. What a catastrophe. Nevio, defend the
Mr.
government.
Bell, what you do?
Me not do good.
How you do?
Defend the
Well,
government.
I want to tell the entire Jamaica that they need to get on their knee and tell the good Lord thanks for a man like Daryl Vaz
Sure,
in this
Nevio,
time.
later. Later, Nevio. Me not talk to you today.
Well, Mr. Bell.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Bell.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
As a talk show host,
Yeah.
do you believe, as long as I not being disrespectful, do you believe that? Well, I can finish the point and then you can come in. Do you believe that I am entitled to make my position or my choice or my suggestion free and independent of you not cutting me off? As long as I'm not doing things like that. Just like on the
me not cut you off
here.
yet. So you can't accuse me of cutting you off while you're on the air.
As much as you know, you will say that Nationwide is politically active and in favor of the Labour Party. But when I call on Nationwide, as long as it's within airplane, that person being allowed to make their point or whatever they want to say, you know. As long as you understand, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But if I want to say that Daryl Vaz, based on the press conference, is telling the country how much his ministry were able to subsidize the gas price for the past 4 weeks or
but
so.
I don't believe it.
And all right.
You believe it?
Dispute that.
Of
course I have to believe it.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Which parish you live in?
St. Mary.
How much a liter for gas in St. Mary right now?
I don't want a vehicle, so I can't.
All right, I'm going to ask you. Hold on. I am going to ask you to check out the price per liter for gas in St. Mary. Because Daryl gave some figures, and I am challenging those. And hold on, let me not say I challenge it. Those figures are not the figures that we face at the pump. Maybe those figures are the figures that the owners of the gas station get the gas to buy at, not the motorists.
Mm-hmm.
Not the motorists.
Well, I don't know.
Because I tell you a while ago, last week at the diesel depot in Harbourview, low sulfur, ultra low sulfur, and this is one of the cheapest places you can get diesel for buying at Jamaica.
Yes,
was $208 per liter.
Yes.
So, but you know what I'm asking, Nevio? You know what I'm asking?
Yes.
Dr. Omar Davis got Jamaica involved in the CRIF, that when we had a storm, we get 90 million US dollars. Dr. Nigel Clark get us in the catastrophe bond. When we have a category 5 storm, we got 150 million US dollars. And we were paying that for some years, even though we never get the category 5 storm. Dr. Peter Phillips started the oil edge, that once oil passed $64.50 per barrel, the insurance would kick in. The Labour Party discontinued that while collecting the money for that insurance. What do you think should happen now that the shit hit the fan now? Yeah? And we don't have no insurance now. What you think should happen to this government now?
I hear you and some callers and some is saying that
We haven't heard from the duly elected opposition in the parliament about it.
Hold on.
Know that the
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, nephew. Just hold a sec for me. Just hold 1 sec for me. Listen to this.
It's situation with the Middle East and the war. We are now approaching the end of the second month of that conflict. We have seen the price of fuel at the pump going up week after week after week. We have been told by major corporate distributors and wholesalers in the food trade that food prices are going to start going up as well. It is going to flow through to other critical inputs, fertilizers, chemicals, medications, all of the different products, plastic-related products that have some form of petrochemical base in them. Everything is going to be impacted by this. The government has been completely silent as to their response to this incipient crisis on the people. There's no provision in the budget for any form of assistance. We heard from Petrojam that it has cost them, I think, $5 million US to mid-March from not having passed on the full dollar impact of the increase in oil prices that they have been incurring. But they have been making losses for the last few years, so they're in no position to finance that form of subsidy, and they're going to be depending on government for a bailout there. There's no bailout for them in the budget. And you know, the last PNP administration had the foresight of entering into an oil hedging program to protect Jamaica from what we are seeing now. It was funded by a special tax that was dedicated to financing that oil hedging program, which is essentially an insurance policy that if oil prices go above a certain figure per barrel, Jamaica gets a cash payment to cover that cost. This government discontinued that program, abandoned that insurance, but kept the tax in place and has been using it as part of the general revenue of the country. So now that we're facing the horror of oil prices at around $100 a barrel, when the budget was cast at an assumption of $60 a barrel, we are facing that with no protection, but the tax very much still in place and being paid by motorists, by consumers of electricity, and everyone in the society.
Nephew, who that did I talk a while ago?
Mr. Bell,
Who that was talking a while ago?
the opposition leader, Mark Wall.
And what was he? And what did he talk about last?
Yes, I must admit to you that you caught me before the mirror with my trousers on. And this one,
I mean, I want to see that.
I must have,
I do not want to see that sight. I have no interest in seeing that.
I put it the other way. I must admit that you caught me between a rock and a hard place and this one. And I must accept that government will from time to time not going to get everything right. And we get this one wrong and we just have to move on.
Oh,
We
just
just
so.
have to move on.
Just so.
What? So what?
Just so.
Well, it's not possible for the government going to get everything 100% right. The PNP have made so many mistakes during them time, and we have made a few mistakes, and you can't join us for that.
Whoa.
You can't join us for
Whoa.
that. You understand?
People them still
So-
living in the school them after 6 months. And we must give you a pass on that too. That's what you tell me last week. And now the gas tax. The government collecting our money under false pretense. Not paying the insurance. And we must give them a pass on that too. Wow. Wow.
Mr. Bell, Mr. Bell.
Yeah,
Mr.
yes,
Ben.
Mr. Edwards.
When we get it wrong, I will be one of the
I will never
person
get
to
right.
say yes.
Tell me one thing I want to get right.
Colin,
Tell
please,
me
sir,
one thing that the
please.
government got right. Tell me.
You asked me one time to tell you about 3, and me tell you 6. But anyway,
You tell me
make I
6.
make the point I want to make, no man. We have a very good Minister of Energy, Daryl Vaz, who is doing a wonderful job through this crisis at this moment. And I just want every Jamaican to appreciate.
Nephew.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
You are very calm with you. In
Yes,
2000,
sir. Thank you.
In 2006, let's say 2006, 2005, Jamaica was paying about $20 per kilowatt hour for electricity. When the GLP got into power, they carried up to $130. When the PNP took over in 2012, we brought it back down to $25 per kilowatt hour. What is the cost of electricity in Jamaica now, Neville? No,
Mr. Bell.
You see how very calm? Because I want your labor right friend them, the idiot them and some robot who have out there. If you listen to these numbers. Electricity in Jamaica now is 45 cents to 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Up from where the PNP had it at about 25 cents US per kilowatt hour when the PNP was in government last. So how
what
you come to
what
tell
was
us
the price at that time?
what was the price? Dearer than now.
Yeah.
Dearer than before the war start. Because that is the reason why we had to put in the edge, because the oil market was volatile, fluctuate every minute, gone up. Yeah? And that's why PNP and Peter Phillips with his vision said, no, we can't continue this. We have to put our insurance in place. That's if oil pass 64.50, the insurance will take care of the balance and save the people of Jamaica from the oil prices and crisis. Here is now a crisis, not caused by the GLP. I'm not blaming the GLP for the crisis, but I am blaming the GLP for taking away our insurance and leaving us now to the whims and fancy of Donald Trump.
Not give me no more beating this evening. Leave some for another evening.
Said do Papa no beat me no more. Said do Colin no beat me no more. Said so. Said do Colin no beat me no more.
When I call back, I will tell you that another evening. I can give another call and chance. Okay, sir.
Later. That's why the labor right them don't call this channel no more, you know. Because when they run in, they get licked left, right, and center because the truth is not on their side. And we beat them with the truth every day, morning, middle day, noon, and night. We beat them with the truth. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Afternoon, Colin.
Yes.
I called you some time ago, you see? And I tell her that nephew is not a Jamaican. He's a what?
Laborite.
He's a laborite.
Yes.
You see, at some point,
a patriotic
nephew, I'm speaking to you directly. Yes, man, he's a patriotic laborite. May I talk to you directly? As a grown man, as an elder man, as a past government worker, there must be some time in your career that you had to have some form of critical thinking and reasoning ability. It's at this point in time, it's not even embarrassing. Or you come over here at night time, come spew your garbage. It is downright wicked and evil towards yourself and your fellow Jamaicans. We are in a time right now, and a global crisis. Jamaica is in no position right now to help itself. And the one thing that could ease the pressure and the burden of your fellow citizens, including yourself, because it will affect your light bill. Or when it comes to the 40,000 that you pick your money out of your pocket, save me and close your eye. Open your eye, not to close it. Open your eye them wide and pay your light bill without murmuring. There must come a time where you can put away politics.
Yeah, man.
It is not time for politics right now. I understand that the only thing we don't know over the Labour Party side is politics. But there must come a time where you can say, oh God, man, this doesn't sound right, this not right. At your party, but you must can come off of your fence one day and say, here what going right now, don't right. This time to find excuse for everything what the government party do. Oh, the PNP did do this and the PNP did do that. You guys have been in power for 10 years. The time for blaming PNP has long passed. You're a grown-ass man.
Caller? Hello?
You hear me, Colin?
Yes, we're hearing you now. Go ahead.
I said it is time for him to just put aside the politics now. It is downright embarrassing and wicked. And for Daryl Vaz to come out this evening and spew those garbage out time mouths, we all know that he don't have no class, he don't have no morals, no nothing. So we expect that from him. Because you're going to tell Jamaican people that here, there's a possibility of lockdown. Again, there's a possibility of restriction of movement because people never can afford gas. How we reach right here, so?
The Jamaican people must rise up against this government now.
How we reach right here, so?
They blundered. The government blunder. Major
Colin,
blunder.
this is not even blunder. This is
it.
not blunder because blunder would have means you made a mistake. This is not blunder. Blunder would have means you try to figure out something and something slip by.
So what you
This
call
is not
it?
even blunder. This is just downright wickedness.
No.
Because they know exactly what they're doing. Because if you can stop the hedge fund, that means the fund is no longer existing, but people still have to pay daily, monthly.
But let me tell you what it is, Carla. It was a level of, it was a lack of vision. And when I tell people that the Jamaica Labour Party and their leadership, they are set up blind by
Colin,
this is evidence.
I am not even going to give them the credit. I'm not even going to give them the credit for lack of vision. It is just wicked because I personally believe that Andrew Holness and his administration know exactly what they're doing. It can't be lack of vision for everything. It must be purpose at this point.
May I try to be rational about this, Scholar?
No,
because
after 10 years, Colin, after 10 years?
No, what they thought, you see, at the time they said that the oil market was stable. Oil can't stable.
You cannot exactly.
Oil can't stable.
Oil cannot be stable because the region in which it comes from and the region in which it's come from is always in a turmoil. There's always something going on over there. So how are you going to put stability on oil?
Yeah. And
so I just think that it is not a lack of vision. It is just downright wickedness. And nephew, you need to stop it.
All right, Carla. Thank you. Thank you for talking to nephew directly.
Every day I'm over here calling. So how much time in call nationwide?
Oh, him?
You need your man. How much time in call nationwide at daytime? You need to lift up.
Me not listen nationwide.
This not funny no more. Every time you come over here, it's not funny no more.
No, it
because
like,
people life literally at risk.
And them taking it for joke.
And them taking it for joke. It's not funny no more.
No, it's not
funny. And they need to stop it.
All right.
And every day come over here, come skinning teeth. Kick. When you hold him in one corner, I'm skinning teeth and then they're gone.
Well, you see,
I go and
cut this clip here now and post it. Labour right cry cree when PNP Fox hit him. I go and cut this post here and put it on TikTok for him. You watch me.
Too much, man.
Watch me and him with this.
Too much.
With this clip here. All right, Carla. Thank you.
All right, Colin.
Blessings. Nevio. Sir. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. I think we're the 9,900 and change by now. So we're seeking your assistance to get to 10,000 subscribers. Good evening, Carla. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. You know how long I've been trying to get you, man?
Oh,
my God.
You get through now.
And you know how far? Yes, sir, me get through now. You know how far I'm calling you from?
Tell me.
I am we're in the United States of America, so in the state of New Mexico.
Oh,
And I park by the roadside and I sit down in my car and I said, boy, I'm not coming off until I get you today.
you're on speakerphone?
No, me on my Bluetooth.
No,
thing on
cut
my
off the
car.
Bluetooth and talk to it straight through the phone, because through the Bluetooth you sound very far and distant. Like you sound like how far you are. But if you
Okay,
take off the
that's all better
Bluetooth,
now?
go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
You hearing me now?
Yes, we're still hearing you, but you still sound like you're up on the Bluetooth.
Are you hearing me now, Mr. Bell?
Yeah, man, we're always hearing you. You just sound far. Go ahead. Make we try to work with you.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Make we work with you. Lord.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We are hearing you. Take off the Bluetooth and just talking at the phone. No use no speaker phone. No use the earbud or the headset. Just talk straight in at the phone.
Yeah, you're hearing me now, though?
Yes, man. This sounds good.
All right. So me park by the wayside and now I'm in my car because I decide to me have to get you today.
All
because
right.
two things me call about today.
Talk to me.
First and foremost is that you see that man when named Nephew? You have to stop entertaining that man for your program, you know.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir, because guess what now? Somehow we feel so we can wrap up with Satan like we can control him. But sometimes we can't control him, you know. So you see that man there now would sound like he's a paid JLP activist. Every time him come on your program, you know, him convince a certain number of other labor rights, even who want to change their mind, you know. That man is, I don't know what to say about him, but I am telling you, you got to limit him. Don't wrap up with him because he will infect you.
All right. I hear you.
That is one thing.
Yes.
The next thing I'm call about, sir, is that why you deliver a message to Mr. Mark Golden for me.
Talk to me.
Tell him to take a page out of Andrew Holness' book when he was leader of the opposition.
Mm.
Because when Andrew was leader of the opposition, nothing no pass him. All when you think it need no make no sense. Him ball out for everything.
The GLP, they are always excellent in opposition, but poor in government, you know.
I know that. Well, if Mark Golden wants to sit down there and not talk up the things them, because there's a lot of things to talk about, you know.
But you heard Mark Golden spoke about the edge in his press conference on Tuesday.
Yes, I heard about that. That is good.
Yes,
I heard about that. Yes, but there are certain things, whether it's happening, I remember with Richard Azan when him saying wouldn't sit in the parliament and all those things with Richard Azan, who really never commit no offense.
Right.
You understand? And certain nastiness when we see going in the JLP and Mark holding them sit down and not calling them out. You have Donovan Williams, you have Daryl Vaz, you have the whole of them, the whole bunch of them were so corrupted.
Andrew Holness, the illicit bunch, the bunch that is under investigation for illicit enrichment. How many of them are still in the parliament? How many of them lost their seat? We don't know these things.
And the opposition just sit down there like say it's business as usual. It's not business as usual. It can't be. Otherwise, they're going to be in opposition for a long, long time. They must come out. They must speak truth to power.
Yes.
And they must not be afraid. I don't know what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're afraid of, you know. But they don't want to talk. And there's so many things to talk about.
So much things to say right now. So much things to say. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Whole heap of things to say.
It's a lot to say.
Lot of things
yes,
to
sir,
say.
So that is how I call it. There's so many other things that I need to talk about, but you know, I just give you those two for today.
Yeah,
One,
man, call me more often.
do
Thanks for the
not
call.
entertain Nephew on your program.
But Where you say, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly,
In the counsel of the
nor
ungodly,
standeth in the ways of sinners,
in the
nor
way of
sitteth in
sinners.
the seat of the scornful. Means say, well, blessed is the man who not
Precisely.
wrap up with lies and
You
corruption.
know, to wrap up with sin.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
to wrap up with corruption.
All
And
right.
nephew is so corrupted. Me hear him talk yesterday about the PNP mustn't touch the oil. Because I listen to you every day, you know.
But before that last week,
PNP
he come
must
and he
have
say,
nothing to do with the oil.
you don't want a politician to touch the oil. But the Labour right, them a beat him bad enough because every time he come up via, I mean, knock him out. The Labour right then cuss him, you know.
You know, if you entertain him, man, I tell you, that man will corrupt. That man coming like Lucifer, man.
But we're going to put, you see the knockout punch we get this evening, we're going to put it on TikTok. And we want to make it go viral, make everybody see how we knock out Labour right.
Yes.
Little more.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bell, and you have a good evening, man, and just go and talk up the things, then, man.
Be safe
because
on the road,
there's
my
so
brother.
much things to say right now.
Blessings. 1-876-804-7072. Yeah, man. The Colin Bell Show, where we talk about governance. This is it. Hello, good evening.
Yeah,
Welcome.
boy, Shaka, good evening.
Yes.
To you and your listeners
Yes, sir.
and the people in the chat room.
Yeah, man, enough.
That's a question.
Yeah.
And when the war start down with Israel and US and Iran, when it start?
Almost 2 months ago.
The 28th of February.
28th of February.
Yeah, man.
I don't remember the exact date off the bat, but
Yeah, man,
we know say
28th, I
about
tell you.
almost 2 weeks, 2 months now.
28.
Mm-hmm.
Can wait till the stock market I go to make it money Monday. 28, man. So me ask you a question. How when the budget read?
The budget was April. When the budget was reading, the war was going on. And they did not address the war in the budget. And from that time, we've been saying over here, Ralston Hyman been saying it, that the Prime Minister nor the Finance Minister did not address the issue in the Middle East.
Baby. Anyway, why me call you for say that? I don't know if it's true. One of my sisters tell me a while ago say they must want to do something like when COVID when they start this and lockdowns because then say gas price that. I don't know if it's true. So I'm not follow rumor. I'm not like hearsay. But me answer something to you. Why me ask you the two pertinent question? If the war start the 28th of February and the budget read April, you have whole of March and you have April. So how you project?
No, the budget was in March. Sorry, not April. The budget was in March. Carla? In March. I think the budget was read in March. Yeah, March. Yeah.
So your project I'll for there $64 barrel.
But even Daryl Vaz in the press conference today said that before the war, oil was at $70 a barrel.
No, I never hear him.
I'm going to play it back for you, so stay tuned.
Oh, I never hear him.
We have to play about Daryl Vaz. Him said before the war,
when we hang up,
oil was at $70 a barrel. That Daryl Vaz said in the press
all
conference.
right, so when we hang up, you can't play it back because when favor them read the budget, them project oil for their $60 a barrel.
Yes.
Then stop the hedge fund and a calico gas tax same way. We then do with them money then.
Well, it's time now that the people must hold them accountable. Because if you hear Daryl Vaz today, or the man a behave, or the man a talk, if you hear the man today, the man a behave like say, there was nothing in place and right now the government can't sustain $11 billion savings for people, pay less for gas. And he mentioned that the government have to come up with something, maybe come up with something like in a COVID where work from home and them something there. So
true shot.
Yeah, man, he make a talk, but it's not confirmed. Daryl was just saying that the government must come up with something.
All right, may I say one more thing and give some other people a call. With respect to Venezuela and Maduro. When Maduro win the election, you didn't know say Camila Johnson Smith go inauguration?
Yes, somebody tell me that. I don't remember, but Raleigh them on the line, so I don't know if Raleigh remember it.
All right, quick. And yet now when Bush go on the antics to get out Maduro, She go at top go vote against Maduro, so Maduro not legitimate. So your sister then no sense.
Yeah, man. This
Make the
administration
rally
has
attack.
lost
Go on,
its
may I
way.
listen to rally. May I listen to your rally.
All
Cool.
right, my brother. Rally, good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing, my brother?
Good.
Well, I don't know if you heard the energy minister today.
Yeah, man, I heard and read what he said.
Tala. And never mention a thing about the edge that was in place.
Yeah, man. We didn't expect him to do that.
Well, give us a update, Rally, on what is out there.
It wouldn't be politically advantageous for him to that. Well, we see inflation is accelerating. Inflation climbed by 0.3% last month, and it is now 4.3% on a point-to-point basis. That's March of last year to March of this year.
Yes.
The major drivers, transport up by 0.6%, food and non-alcoholic beverages up, housing, water, electricity, and gas up by 2.3%. So all those things are going to continue to increase as we go forward.
And we don't get the increase in taxi fare yet, right?
No.
Can that still happen, Rally?
Well, the taxi people want the money because they say that the gas prices and the cost of operations going up.
Let me correct you on that a little bit, Rally. The taxi people don't want the money. The taxi people need the money.
Yeah, yep. I just spoke with Edison Newman a short while ago, and he said this is problem because for the minister to talk about COVID type restrictions and them need money, that's a big problem. Because if you have COVID type restrictions, it means that them earnings will go down.
But Rally, with what Vaz was saying today, isn't that confirming what we've been saying all along, that the government needed to have come to the country, make an address to the country to lay out a road plan of how we're going to navigate this?
I want to say the government, I mean the Prime Minister, not Vaz with family thing. I mean the Prime Minister with something comprehensive.
Yeah, and the Minister of Finance.
Yeah, man, with something comprehensive.
No less a person than the Prime Minister.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Everybody, everywhere in the world, are the Prime Minister or the President to address the people, not another minister.
And the man come up Parliament talk for almost 2 hours yesterday and nothing.
And nothing. I know where Vaza come out with something today and tell people, so by the way, if we continue this thing up until June, that's 2/3 of the tax measures that we impose, so we can't continue with it. That's a problem.
Am I Prime Minister?
That look like I'm the Prime Minister now. That's the point, man. Look like that's the point, man. Yep. Like I'm around the country now. Prime Minister give up his responsibility.
So the Bank of Jamaica was supposed to mop up some money today. How did that go?
Well, them get 31 billion when them needed only 16 billion.
Almost twice the amount they needed.
Yeah, man, almost 100% over subscription. Yeah.
So that shows that the private sector is in no mood.
Not at this time for the not investing. No, not at this time. Not at this time.
So when the government is telling us that it's not the government going to lead the rebuilding or whatever, it's rubbish them attack.
Yeah, so that means that there'll be no rebuilding. The rebuilding will be a very slow and painful process. Private sector played safe right now. Everybody in the world are played safe right now.
Let me take a call, Rally.
Yep.
Caller, good evening. Go right ahead.
Good evening, Colin. Good evening, Uncle Ralston. Good evening to my fellows in the fellowship. Colin.
Yes.
First of all, what Daryl Vaz talked and said about rubbish. You know what? You can see the lack in Daryl Vaz saying, if anybody tell you otherwise, it's rubbish. The Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, has taken the excise fuel tax, off the Canadian consumers. He stopped that, just like what Uno had there, where the government charge seven something, how much dollar in my charge extra in our one to buy gas, we won't have to pay it. And in not paying. The government of Canada has reduced that. I've removed that. The government of Canada coming up is going to give us grocery money, different from rebate GST. They have increased because of inflation all benefits checks the people I'm getting it. It shows the inflation of what is in there is happening.
Hold on, Carla.
When Daryl Vaz coming out and saying what he's saying about his rubbish, I think he needs to apologize to my fellow citizens of Jamaica. He is rude, disrespectful, and
Hold on,
out of
Carla.
order and disingenuous.
Hold on. Raleigh,
Yeah, man.
can the government of Jamaica afford anything like what this caller is saying is happening in Canada?
Well, Colin, when the government projected the budget, they had prediction to collect 46 billion from Petrojam at the $62 per barrel for oil.
Yes.
Oil is now at $100 per barrel. So based on the ad valorem tax, the government is collecting more money than they projected for. So the government has room to reduce the tax on fuel without doing any violence to the budget. That's on one side. On the other side, Colin, the government still have access to 512 billion Jamaican dollars that they lined up in borrowing and was boasting about. What is it happening? So within all of the crisis, they are not planning to draw down any of that money. They are not planning to give back any of the increase in ad valorem taxes that they are collecting. The lady is right.
Hold on there. Hold on. Because I want to hear where the Prime Minister said today. Hold on. Listen to the Prime Minister speak today. Listen to the Prime Minister.
The government of Jamaica through Petrojam and in coordination with the Ministry
Hold on. Let me take him up further.
in consumer protection for smaller increases enable greater flexibility during larger global price shocks. As of today, the new pricing mechanism is as follows. Based on the war in the Middle East, it has become necessary to make changes to the pricing mechanism used by Petrojam to respond to the pricing uncertainty. A tiered approach is being implemented, which will see petroleum prices being more closely aligned to global price movements. This will allow Petrojam to be more agile and respond in a more timely manner to price volatility. What does that mean? Because you know that I just talk straight. It means that the $4.50 cap cannot be sustained. And it means that we'll have to have several different tiers of caps, probably 3, that will speak to what's happening in the market. And as I said, its pricing is weekly. So it means that we can adjust on a weekly basis. But let me be blatantly, truthfully, upfront, in your face. The government of Jamaica cannot stomach $11.8 billion with all of what we have to do and the contending priorities. And anybody who tell you any different, I'm sure they will after this press conference. Rubbish. No government in a situation like this can sustain that. So my words to you, Jamaica, is definitively we are going to see increases as long as this continues. We will do what we can do, but it is important that you do what you need to do to understand that you need to conserve starting today. Government is going to have to look at policies to limit movements, especially transportation movements. I don't know, Minister Dixon, I don't know whether or not go back to a COVID hybrid version of working from home, but something has to happen because the level of traffic that I'm seeing on the road doesn't show me that anybody realizes that there's a war and the price of fuel and oil is just continuing to go up and up and up.
Him sound like the Prime Minister, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
Because we should be getting from the Prime Minister some, not what he's saying, but something similar with clear guidance. Because he might talk a lot of rubbish, as you say, Raleigh, When he must say no government in the world can do nothing. What is he talking about?
Nonsense, man. And I saying to you that this page, part 3, page 25 of the fiscal policy paper,
Yes.
transfer from central government. The group of self-financing public sector enterprises is projected to transfer a total of 60 billion to the government of Jamaica. The central government by way of financial distributions, special distributions, and other taxes. Projected transfers include Petrojam Limited, transferring special consumption tax and ad valorem taxes to the government of 46.9 billion. That was projected at oil price of $62 per barrel. So I'm telling
Right.
him that he's the one who is talking rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yep.
You realize that's why I said Colin and Uncle Ralston. He's telling work from home. So he's trying to tell the working class of Jamaica that they're on their own, that they need to absorb the cost for high electricity, because when they're home and I work from
Yeah,
home, the
man.
bill go higher.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, man. But I
As
mean,
a matter of
if
fact, we shouldn't even we should take it with a proverbial grain of salt, because he's not the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
I
correct,
will tell you so.
correct,
Hold on.
correct.
You hear anybody else from the government speak about the war? This is the
No,
only man that stepped forward and talked to the country about the war. He's the Prime Minister.
correct. But Colin,
No, but serious rally.
yeah,
Anybody
man,
else
of course.
talk to us?
No, man. He has
Even
to,
if
the Prime
even if
Minister
you're
has
going to
had
say what him say are rubbish, he's the only person who come forward
Yeah,
and say,
man.
listen, something have to happen.
Yeah, man.
Nobody
Prime
else
Minister,
not talk to it.
the Prime Minister has abdicated his responsibility.
Right, so like Vaz, I don't like him. And
Yeah,
him
man.
come forward now,
Yeah,
come
man.
say something.
Mhm.
Because we right here on this channel, you rally as a
Yeah, man.
teacher, have been
Yeah,
saying
man.
to us that the government need to come speak.
Yeah, man.
See, the
Yeah,
government
man.
just spoke.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Unacceptable.
Well, accept it or not, are the only person from the executive that speak about the war so far.
And this Nara, when come out yesterday, spend the whole time talking about this dead sitting when I had no use. When I had nothing, which we hear is a red herring. I mean, love it, red herring and aki, you know. But for here, so this is a red herring come out. Then instead of the man deal with the actual things that affecting Jamaican people,
Yeah,
him,
man.
Andrew Onis, him come out with this red herring.
Mhm.
The Prime Minister focusing on
Unacceptable,
money.
Colin. Unacceptable, Uncle Ralston.
All right,
I
Paula,
agree.
thank you.
Colin, the ad valorem taxes, they are supposed to be collecting about 65 billion based on current prices. So Daryl don't know what I'm talking about. And if the people
60 to
there,
$65 billion, up from
yeah,
40
man.
billion.
Yeah, man. If the people there had read the budget and know how to understand things, they would have asked him that question.
But it's pure amateur. Them invite to the
Yeah, man.
press
I
briefing
know.
rally. Them no want a
I know.
journalist at the press briefing.
Just like Donald Trump, man. The same thing Donald Trump do the White House press crew. Same thing.
Them invite for them people where them know say I go bowl some donkey, what we call it, donkey drops.
Yeah, man. Same thing.
So,
Donald
some
Trump do the
long
same
hop.
thing. Yep.
Them no want
Yep.
nobody wear a bowl full and straight.
No, man.
Go ahead,
Poorly
caller. Good
informed.
evening. Caller?
You hearing me?
Yes, sir. We're hearing you.
Good evening to you and Professor Raleigh.
Head boy, where
Yes,
you
sir.
say,
Yes,
man?
sir.
Oh, I have so much things to say right now.
And so much things to do.
So much things to do. But you know, I want to respond to the paper tiger. You know why I call the paper tiger?
Oh.
Daryl Vaz.
Oh, the Prime Minister that
Yeah,
you
man.
talk about.
Prime Minister in acting or in waiting. I don't know which one.
Well,
But on a serious note, Colin and Professor, you know,
Yeah,
this thing
man.
has been happening for a while. And
Mhm.
you are right. You are spot on. You guys predicted it, and so it has happened. If you look at where we're purchasing oil from currently now, Petrojam, where's Petrojam's source markets. It's coming from Colombia, it's coming from Damrep, and some might be coming out of Nigeria. Why am I raising this point? Currently, Petrojam's distribution or importation is not affected by what is happening on the Strait of Hormuz. And I want any energy person, any technical person from the Ministry of Energy to come tell me that I am wrong.
Well, hold on, Edward. Daryl did say in the press conference today that we don't have a supply problem, you know.
Exactly.
It's the cost.
It's the cost. But
yes.
I'm saying to you, Colin, if they had listened and had been using the edge for what it was intended for.
That's my point.
This issue that we're now facing would not have faced, and I'll tell you why. Because I keep on telling people, let's have a little understanding of how the oil and gas industry works. It is what we call future trades. Am I correct, Professor?
Yeah, man.
It is a speculative industry.
Yes.
So what would have happened? They would have locked into some arrangements maybe for the next 2-3 years at that price.
Yeah, man.
Now, what has further made it even difficult for us is because we have a Minister of Foreign Affairs who disrespected the people of Venezuela and don't even have the gall to say there's a new administration in Venezuela. Let me see if I can go and apologize to them and see if they can now, through an arrangement with the United States, through an OFAC license, issue to us the right to now purchase. Because you can actually still purchase Venezuelan oil.
Yes.
It has been, you can do it through Vital and through, you listen to this name now, through Traffic Guru.
Traffic Guru. Yeah, but
are the two.
But Traffic Guru, still lives. Raleigh.
Go ahead, man.
I was about to ask if Traffic Guru is still the company who is dealing with the oil that we get from Nigeria. Because remember, we get a special deal from Nigeria, and that was
I don't think they are dealing with. No, this administration is not dealing with Traffic Guru, and the Minister of Energy could not do that in terms of Venezuela without the permission of her bosses. She has 2 bosses. She have Andrew and she have Donald.
But watch this, Raleigh. We see even Trinidad sending a delegation to Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Who is leading Jamaica's foreign policies? Because
the Prime Minister.
There is a new administration that is answerable to Trump. And if we say we and Trump are friends, then you know think we should have basically send a delegation of Venezuela too.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
But we slow up on everything. This government is like a basic.
Colin,
what kind of rubbish?
To add insult, let me add insult to injury to you and Professor Raleigh.
Yeah.
Just on the weekend, a prime minister by the name of Deacon Mitchell, and I think that name would be familiar to your Colin Bell.
Oh yes.
Yes.
General.
Just hosted my good friend and comrade, acting president Delcy Rodriguez in Grenada.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Let me tell you what were the talks. The Grenadian government has in fact now secured a license with the Venezuelan government for an entity, and I'm going to call the name. Remember me the first to let it out now.
Yeah.
Dangote. You know the company name Dangote?
Nigerian oil refinery.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So Dangote is actually setting up a refinery in Grenada. You know what that is going to do for us in Petrojam? That's recording both $1 and $3 billion loss annually. In this part of the world, all of our oil now, the only thing Petrojam going to be doing now is not refining. They're just going to be buying refined products. Because if Dangote gets sets up in Grenada with his capabilities and his financial backing, it means that Dangote will be selling to the entire Caribbean.
Tell her. Talk to me, boy.
Understand, Venezuela will not go back to what it used to be with the cheap oil. Because a part of their arrangement with the United States is that they cannot sell under the market.
Yes.
Understand? You have oil at Platts and at Brent.
So they can't give to like how Maduro and Chavez used to just give
it.
That never work again.
And so we are going to be heading into a deeper crisis, Colin and Prof. Now,
Yeah.
what do we need to do? There's an Africa summit. There's a summit of the African Exim Bank that's going to be held in St. Kitts and Nevis. I am
Mm-hmm.
urging the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Energy to
Mm-hmm.
attend that summit because Dangote's team will be at that summit and we need to quickly sign an MOU with the government of Grenada and with Dangote's refinery to get preferential options to distribute his gas in the northern belt of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But these guys have no, what they're waiting on, Colin and Prof. They're waiting on the oil exploration because a lot of people been making noise, oil. It's not,
A long term thing that.
Yeah. Daryl,
20% of those contracts have been locked in. Who's going to be doing the construction, the
Daryl want
security?
get it by the end of next year. You stay there.
No, man, 10, 15
No, that's
years
not going to
thing.
happen.
No, sir, 10, 15
Let me
years
reveal
thing.
something to the world. And they can sue me if they want. These are not the views of Portland Spice TV. The company drilling the oil broker than a church mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Mhm.
Well, them say it. Them say it. Them
And
can't sue you for that. 'Cause them say
even if they had money, that's a long term thing. Them thing are not 1, 2, 3, a
It's
long
going to
term
take 10
thing.
years for them to
Yeah.
turn around.
Yeah, man, 10
But you
years.
know
Yeah,
what
man.
is going to happen with this weak paper tiger and jokey prime minister you have? Don't be surprised if you hear that this company is no longer the company doing it, and you hear it's a company out of the United States of America.
Out of
And then when
Texas.
they dig deeper, it's a company that has ties to Arizona. Anyway, I'm not going to give no trouble to that gone. Good evening,
Ambassador.
former ambassador.
Ambassador. Later.
Later.
Yes, sir. Rally.
Yeah, man.
That's some serious intervention there by Ed Boy.
Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah, man.
we know that the acting president or the president of Venezuela was in Grenada.
That's correct.
But here is Ed Boy telling us exactly what the deal was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on the caller. Raleigh, Daryl also told us that before the war started, oil was not $64 a barrel.
No,
He
man.
told us
Brent
that oil was $70 a barrel.
That's correct. 69.95 to be precise. That's correct. So him get that one right.
So how then, Raleigh, did the government cast the budget at $62? How that work? Explain that to us.
Somebody should ask him that question.
No, but no,
so those who
journalists
never
never did the press conference. No,
that's
all right,
the point
sorry. Let me take that back. No senior journalist, no real hardcore journalist wasn't at the press briefing.
No, sir. So as a member of the cabinet with collective responsibility, somebody should ask him that question. So if you knew it was $70, why you supported the projection of $62 for 4 years in the budget? Why did you do that? Yep. Somebody should ask him the question.
Hold on there. We're not lying.
The Chief Financial Officer, and Ricardo Nains, Logistic and Marketing Manager.
Hold on there.
And it is important that I update Jamaica on the financial impact of global crude and petroleum price increases for Petrojam Limited. And I have tried to simplify it so that every Jamaican can understand the impact that this is having on Jamaica as a result of the war. So prior to the recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, global oil prices were relatively stable, on average $70 per litre, with moderate fluctuations. However, the escalation in tensions...
He's out, Mr. Vaz. It's not $70 a litre, it's $70 a barrel. So let's just get that right. But we want to hear it from him. And when we've been saying to Jamaica, led by the principal, the professor, the #1 financial analyst in Jamaica and the Caribbean, when he said to us that the budget needs to be recast, when the fiscal commissioner said the budget no have no use. See it there, you know? You are casting the budget. Rally, is it that the budget work a different way where you just come up with a figure and say, all right, we have put oil at $62 a barrel on average, even though oil at the time when you are doing that was at $70 a barrel? Hold on, Rally. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about fiscal. The fiscal policy paper, part 2, page 13. The oil price forecast for this year, $62.20. Next year, $60. The year after, $60. The year after, $62.50. And 29, 30, $65. So where was he when they were casting these things? And him never read it.
So, hold on. What informed those figures? What
I
informed that?
don't know. I don't know. Somebody should ask him.
Because hold on, the man. Me have to go back to Daryl. Hold on,
Leading to
Daryl. Hold on,
sustained
Daryl.
upward
Hold on. Come back here, so because hold on.
right, so that every Jamaican can understand
Listen, Daryl, again.
the impact that this is having on Jamaica as a result of the war. So prior to the recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, global oil prices were relatively stable, on average $70 per litre, with moderate fluctuations. However, the escalation in tensions disrupted the stability, leading to sustained upward pressure on both crude oil and refined petroleum product prices. So we have moved from $70 per barrel pre-war
Yes.
to $100 averaging, give or take.
Easy mode. So, Ralston, the question I have, what informed the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister that they submit a budget to the country at 62 this year, 60 next year, 60 the other year, and 62 the other year, 4 years? How?
He must answer that question too, because that's a part of the transport section of the budget. So he would have read the fiscal policy paper. So the question is, why am I agree with that? And really send that to the public.
While the debate was on in the parliament, the war started.
Let
me go to the call.
So he needs to answer that too.
Caller, go ahead. Good evening.
Why, Colin, this is a... You remember?
Caller?
You lost him.
He's back. Go ahead, caller.
Remember one statement was made that this is a dark day in Jamaica. You remember?
This is a dark day in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, the Labour Party did make one statement when some minister of government and the PNP side had done something, and they said this is a dark day in Jamaica. Now, Colin, me think the PNP must strike the iron when it is hot.
Yeah.
Because with what Daryl has said, you know, I remember I was in college in 1996 when there was a gas riot. In the 90s, so when there was a gas riot.
Yes.
And the gas riot came about because the same tax they put on gas, the PNP put on gas, was being negotiated to put on gas, and the Jamaican people came up and decided that them couldn't manage that.
Yeah.
Right? I am asking the question, based on what Daryl is saying, based on what the government has put the Jamaican people in now, what is the difference from what happened then and what this is going to cost to the Jamaican people? As a matter of fact, in my estimation, this is even worse because the tax was placed on the gas because they were paying the insurance.
Yes.
When they came in, they came with a hollow argument to say that it don't make no sense. So it don't make no sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after them come up with the argument, them cut it out, right? And them still taking the tax. Now, this is happening. Where is the outcry from the Jamaican? We agree with you, you know. Where is the outcry? You see what Daryl said today? Supposed to cause rioting and me watching news today and I realize that things are happening, you know. 2 protests happened since week up at the UWI. And you see protests are happening down at Chilani. Colin, I said this year already, I must say it again. You hear Ralston say it. The proverbial talk about shit hitting the fan, it is coming. It is coming close right now.
Well, the
Because
shit hit the fan already, you know. It just that a flash by everybody know.
No, the reaction going come now.
Yes, because it a flash in everybody face now.
Yes, and the thing is, Daryl sound like a little dunce boy where he used to stay at back of the class when teacher teach. You hear me? I tell you? Because when him ever say
is arrogance,
people are driving. It's when you say people are drive around like they never see where they go on. The government never see where they go on.
You see, you get it. Stupidity. Them should have mobilized the people.
That is the point. Them never see war go on to come talk to the country and give the guidance that leaders need to give to their people.
Oh boy.
And I come now to come talk down to people. I talk down to people now. You realize they're not going to talk down. You're insecure, they drive up and down like them not see where they go on. So them never see where they go on when they plan the budget.
No.
And Colin, respectfully, I'm going to say this to you, my boss. Not everybody who listens to your program. As a matter of fact, I think the majority of your listenership are people who are literate. And I'm not going to say that Neville is not literate. But you can't, in a situation like this, where persons' lives are against the odds, trivializing the situation that people are facing. And I think that is the frustration that is coming out from your listeners when they listen to Neville.
Yes.
Because in trivializing the thing, and you cannot trivialize, this is a serious business.
Yeah, man. People back against the wall right now.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, man.
So you better, don't call into the program. Because you'll get people upset and I can talk about Daryl Vaz are the best thing for Jamaica. Man, yo, Colin, have a good evening, yes, sir.
Blessings, my brother, and thanks.
Colin.
Yes, Raleigh, go ahead.
In 2015, the Jamaican government implemented an oil hedging program with Citibank to protect against price hikes, setting an average strike price of $66.74 per barrel. The hedging contracts covered 8 million barrels of crude imports between June 2015 and December of 2016. Right? Remember that.
And when this government came in place, they discontinue it.
Yeah, man.
And one of the things that they told people was that we were only insured what, quarter of the country's oil that we purchased for the year. But what people need to understand, the oil hedge was new. There wasn't any money in there, so the government had to put in the money while we start collecting the taxes. Now, collecting the taxes over a period of time would allow us to insure more till we get to insure 100% of the oil. Instead
they had the option to expand it.
Right. So instead of continuing that and to insure more of our oil, the government said we don't need it. Now the shit hit the fan. What is going to happen? Are Jamaicans going to just sit down and pay the extra prices for gas and diesel? Is that what we have now?
Yeah, but and remember that because the thing wasn't complete, because if you allow the oil price to continue to increase, it means that the inflation is going to continue. It means that the disposable income of people would shrink, and it means that the economic growth or the recession will get steeper. So it's not just a one-off thing. It has a flow-through impact. So him should address that too.
Yep. It's not just at the gas pump.
No. So why them never get all the great economists to stand up beside him and answer them thing?
But nobody now asks a question them rally. Realize nobody now asks nothing. Nobody now asks nothing.
Whole thing is a joke, bitch.
You know when me hear one of the choirs ask, the fact that we are using LNG, does that put Jamaica at an advantage? And him come and say, yes, we're using LNG and
every fuel price down up. Every fuel price gone. Nonsense. Everything that is fuel based gone up. All fertilizer, rubbish.
Chris,
Hi, good afternoon, guys. How you guys doing?
we're doing well, man. Walk on, my brother.
Well, when they look from a vantage point, Colin.
Yes.
Hey, Ralston, how you doing, my boss?
Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Colin, I live in Georgia.
Yes.
The first week of the war, the governor take off the gas tax. And Georgia is a relatively wealthy state as far as a southern state is concerned. Now, they stayed in front of the situation and it helped the 30 cents a gallon in taxes help the average person. I've been watching Daryl Vaz for decades. Is he just incompetent, a dunce, or corrupt, or is it all of the above? Because this guy
you have arrogance to that,
Yeah, man.
Well, we know him have abundant amount of that.
And then arrogance and ignorance sometimes walk together,
Colin, how can he be given such an important portfolio to run? He's in over his head.
The whole of them in over their head. I don't know if you remember Raleigh Jr. call us and tell us how we expect the government to talk about the war when they do understand it.
Yeah, man, so man. So
that is true. I remember him always. What he's good at doing is run out and have this grand pronouncement with nothing behind it, and then have to basically back up afterwards. This guy's in over his head. He should not have such an important portfolio. He should be a secondary minister. He should not have that portfolio. That's all I'm gonna say. But Khalid,
yes,
if they don't get ahead of this thing, remember, even if the war stop tomorrow, the effect of what is happening will last for months.
But with them already, Chris, we can't get ahead. Can we get ahead again, Ralston?
No, we'll be behind already.
But we are behind
Chris.
I have seen nothing coming from the Prime Minister that will tell the people, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This guy's coming out and saying the things to do is not helping. It's not helping. It just creates more confusion.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go back and listen to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. Blessings. Raleigh. Oh, because we can't just lay down and dead,
My advice to them would have to use the additional funds that they are getting from the ad valorem tax to subsidize the price of the commodity. That is in the interest of the entire economy, everybody. Because if they go the direction when we talk about continue to increase the prices, all you have is more inflation, higher cost of living, more disgruntled people, and the economy will continue in the slump.
And it also is going to mean that if you don't get the tax man them increase, they're going to just increase the fears.
Of course. And them and people have a war upon the road and you have more murder and more stabbing up and more pressure on the hospital system. It have a complete flow through impact. So people
and also people who are working minimum wage will not be able to continue those jobs.
Yeah, man. And the economy have a slump. When they say COVID type restriction, in forget say COVID was the worst thing for the economy. So if you go back to those restrictions with the economy already down by 7.5%, you're going to be in a depression. Him don't know what him talking about.
As Chris said, him shouldn't have that position. But I am going to take some responsibility for him being there, Like how Obi is responsible for Marlon Morgan becoming a senator,
Yeah.
It's Conrad O'Brien championed the cause for Marlon Morgan becoming a senator. When Wheatley was dismissed from the energy ministry, I was the first person in the public to come out and say, put Daryl Vaz at the energy, he can get things done.
Okay.
So, like we have to take responsibility for Marlon Morgan, we might have to take responsibility for Daryl Vaz.
No understand me, Master.
Carla, good evening, go ahead.
Yes, evening, Shaka and Darrellston.
Yes.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Yeah, as I said, the people will never get justice in our country run by criminals.
No. Oh, you're going to get justice from criminals.
Anyway, see, this man this government that is so incompetent, lie, wicked, and everything. Anyway, the man, you can't see the man don't have no argument,
The man,
right?
the man is just pushing it down the throat of Jamaica and that listen. See it here now, gas price have to go up. We can't hold it.
Yeah, man.
Although I don't believe they were holding anything, Ralston. Every week gas go up by 450. Well, 450 did seem like it was a number them get from God, don't.
Notice what him said that cap can't hold again. So you gotta look for an increase of over 450 now, $6 and $7 and all of those things. Yep.
Yeah.
Which are going to do serious violence to the economy.
So the man basically come on here to tell the people them that they can't do nothing about the gas.
Yes, that's what the man said. No government can't do nothing. Anybody else tell you anything is rubbish.
And after they move the tax insurance to protect the people them at them time. Yeah. You tell the people them say no, all them have to do is conserve. What rubbish, man? What rubbish?
But look at the statement from the government, because I have to take this as a statement from the government, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, of course. Then if I'm allowed to say that, it means that the Prime Minister allowed him to say it.
Because for weeks we've been calling, somebody come talk to the Jamaican people what is happening and what have we gotten. Daryl Vaz telling us that, listen, we're not going to need to do what we have to do, because we can't hold it no more. Caller, we are trying to run through a number of calls here. Give thanks.
All right, boss. Big up.
1-876-804-7072. Jamaica in crisis. Raleigh.
Yep.
Yeah, man, evening.
Hold on the caller. Are we in a crisis, Raleigh?
Yeah, man. The whole world is in a the entire world is in a crisis. That is why that's the subject that is on the major agenda of the IMF right now. That is why that is the subject on the agenda of Wall Street right now. That is why that is on the agenda of the World Bank right now. Every country. That is why the Chinese have weighed in right now. That's the problem in the world right now. The entire world is in crisis.
Hold on. Somebody just put a message in the chat room. Nah, you can't done with me. Nobody done with me. Somebody just put a message in the chat room calling chicken price increased by 5% this week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a global economic crisis.
Well, Richard Pandu said food prices going to go up by between 2 and 8%.
Yeah, man. All the experts in the world that know anything about how the world runs see it as a crisis. All the people who don't know how the world runs do not see this as a crisis. It's a global crisis.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, evening, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, blessings.
But me listen from evening, but you not make it look like a Vaz alone does. Colonel Charles Jr. no done tonight. What them you run back a class of play?
How you say today? Because him say something today, but me never really paid much mind.
Them gone 100, they gone 100 and must 30,000 assessment. Me no mean say help, assessment that the man a beating chest about, and he just gone 140 assessment.
He also said that they are
still, could have do it in a month,
He also said that they are still doing assessments.
Yeah, and I show you a real time daytime. I show you on the phone. So right now it happen. And I tell you about. I tell you, you give people water, you give people shoes, you give them. And then my man I talk about, the man not even name 110 house where they repair.
But Raleigh,
assessment.
Hold on, caller. That's why we tell them that this program is far above the rest, Because way back right after the hurricane, we've been saying to Pernell Charles, employ 3,000 people.
Yeah, man, and do the thing properly.
Get the assessment done in 7 days. And sort out the people. Let me see. With kin teeth and weight, till now, global crisis come down upon we, you know.
Yeah, man.
When we say make a while the sun shine.
Yeah, man.
And then did they gonna skin teeth and decide how they can thief the money before they need help the people, because most of this should have been done already, you know.
Yeah, man.
Here we are now.
It'll be more difficult now because everything costs more now. So the amount of money originally programmed for can't do it, yeah.
Yes. The man ain't skin teeth now. Till see them
But
now.
Colin.
Yeah.
Colin.
Yes.
If you get 500 somebody, you know, and each somebody assess 10 somebody a day, you know, in a 1 week of 5,000, you know. So in a 1 month, you'd have done the amount where him saying, you know, with 500 assessor. In a 1 month, you would have do that. You'd have do 140,000, you know.
Well, look here, no, man. Me tell the man them. We said it on this program.
No make no sense. No, the Prime Minister, the Parliament are talking about when Mark assure you up a loophole in a way, I try push blindfold people and pass. I go tell people, say, you must consider the emergency party. Which emergency?
Emergency not gone long time.
Long time.
If you have an emergency for 6 months, then you're careless.
Yeah, man. You can't be.
Remember, I know, the man come to Parliament with a bill. And the man try blindfold him and put something in a bill when it makes sense. No. When man, you know where them lose it? Them remember saying 120 of the law they will govern Parliament and Mark write them. So Mark know them inside out.
As them come with a bill, Mark Golden look on it and tear up.
Yeah, man.
Tear up every day.
You know, take Mark Golden 1 hour to tear up the bill where they sit down and put together for 3-4 months.
When Mark dissect, take out the phone and start dissecting Andrew rubbish, you know. Andrew get up and sigh, you know, and blow hard, you know.
And skinning teeth like when donkey go break.
Like say Mark a problem, Mark a black them.
Amateurs. Amateurs, man. Amateurs.
If you can't tell where 3 trillion there, you can't tell where 3 trillion there, and we trust you with money. 3 trillion in your tenure.
Caller, we are going to run. We are going to take some more call this evening because this is serious time. All who never believe when we that talk. Hold on, caller. Hold on. Rally, all who never believe when you attack, what them all say now?
Well,
what are they going to say now?
Them not going to say nothing. Them can't say nothing. What them all say? Yeah, amateurs are incompetent. Yeah, man.
We not talk things after they happen.
No,
we tell them what going to happen.
Yeah, man.
And see it happen here now. See it here now, the baby born.
Yeah, man.
Baby want feeding. Baby want clothes. Baby want shelter. See it here now in our face. Go ahead, caller. Finish your point.
Yeah, tell Vaz everyone cut back on spending. We take out some of the bus, the school bus when I make no money. When I work, empty, me live a little state.
The gas bus them
every morning. And if I were pass, when I have him 1 3 smaddy.
Tell her.
And in the last parliament meeting, they say 8 million a month to take operational costs. And then if you take off it, if them say 800 million it cost them so far.
You go buy a whole diesel bus. This modern
800
age.
million it cost the country so far. And you
as
gone to them, they make back, then collect 36,000.
I remember one time.
In a year.
I remember one time a man wanted to sell me one gas Land Cruiser. And one of my virgin Owen said to me, say, Shaka, you're mad? Oh, you gonna buy that in a modern time? The amount of gas with that about.
Gosland.
Yeah, when you do with that, you're gonna take up whole US left and drive diesel bus. We're done out.
Yeah, man. Foolishness.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah, man. Bless you.
If you're just joining us, this is the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV. We're talking to Ralston Hyman. And every day this man proves himself more and more as the top financial analyst in Jamaica. He's the #1 financial analyst in Jamaica, the #2 and the #3. Any other financial analyst in Jamaica, they are 4 and 5 down the road. And in the Caribbean. And we not just rate Ralston because of friendship. We rate him because of his work. Yeah? And work make we rate him. When him talk, I want to sit down and criticize. Uno can't, Ralston, you know I've never heard them criticize your figure.
No, them can't do that.
I have never heard them criticize the data that you present, you know.
Them can't do that, man. Them can't do that.
Them try to take on your personality.
Yeah, man. Stupidity. Yeah.
Rubbish. Dunce.
Yeah,
Stupid.
man.
Political acts. Singing for the supper, dinner, and breakfast. Marie, good evening.
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen. One Ralston, never two. One
Good
Ralston from
evening.
the apple. Now I tell you, hey, look here. Now ask the people them to forgive me too, you know. Cause me the over new stock over that then new stock a beg for Marlon get a bone, you know. That's somebody so sure so we're going Colin. Now I
Yes.
say make him get a little thing before it done.
Yes.
Cause really did awful. You know, so it really a bad thing.
Obi, bring me on board to you, know, man.
Yes.
Because Obi has said to
really.
me, say, Colin, the man work hard, man. Give him a
Yes.
punch, man.
And time and I'm things at time did I go run out on him. You understand me?
Yeah.
I remember saying that him always opening batsman in him. Not as sober as a nurse, but he was
Yeah.
opening batsman.
Yeah.
You know, him always did it. Yeah. So me really so people don't forgive me too. Cause me real big fame. But me tell you something, you see, what I don't like about that Daryl Vaz is arrogance. Because
Yeah,
this is
man.
a crisis, you know, Colin and Ralston. You don't come to people in this manner. You understand me? You come with
Yeah, man.
penitence because I wanna cause it. Because them they take off the edge for furnish the 1.5. Something where Artie did bring in with the election gimmick. Because I remember I listened to Fable. She was over by Regime Radio. And she said, them gonna take off the edge and that them gonna help you to pay for the 1.5 because it's not
0.5. Yeah,
needed.
man.
And you
Yeah,
come
man.
now with the arrogance. And them
Yeah, man.
skewer Ralston over there, over
Yeah,
Regime
man.
Radio. Them
Yeah,
skewer
man.
him, call him all kind of name. Come used to listen to them time there. I
Yeah,
see
man.
Ralston word it has come to pass. You understand? You know? So may I tell you, I do not like that about that. I don't have a bone of humility in him. This is a crisis and it's gonna trickle down. And you don't come to the public as de facto prime minister. Can Andrew show you underneath the bus? Can Andrew know what gonna happen? And you know, come and say, people, this is it. This is how and this is how we're gonna navigate it. You come, who not drive, who and you talk about COVID measures, you know, COVID measures which was that devastating time in our people's lives. That may I
We
tell
still
you,
are,
no
by the way, we
humility
still are
and no
suffer from
forgiving.
COVID
But you
measures.
know,
Stop.
when I will come off
Mhm.
now, because when you say you want to get on the people.
Hold on, Mary. Where's the rally?
We still are suffer from COVID measures. The stock market was trading at 500,000 when we had COVID. We are now down to 345,000 and can't pass that. That is why I'm saying it's stupid to be saying that we must go back to COVID measures
You know,
because
you're talking about Jamaica
crash
is a
the
business.
economy.
We are the shareholders.
Yeah, man.
And when you go shareholders meeting and things bad, you don't talk to your shareholders like that. You know,
Yep.
you talk to them and you tell us, oh, you're gonna cushion the prices and you want us to do the buy-in. You know, coming
Yeah,
in
man.
your tracing mode. And I talk
Mhm.
about
Carla, thank you, Mary.
the 1.4, you know. Call now when I get the rest of the whole bus them yet. I that it for chat bound. And they'll come look more money. All right, gentlemen.
Blessings.
Oh, blessings.
Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening down in the Middle East today? Hold on, Carla. What is the latest down there?
Well, the Pakistan they are saying that they want to extend the ceasefire to see if they can come to an arrangement because the Iranians say that they are going to ask the Houthis to block Bab el Mandeb, which means that you can't escape through the Red Sea, which is another leverage that the Iranians have because they have the Houthi rebels who can't stop anything from pass to Bab el Mandeb.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what is happening to the Strait of Hormuz? Trump still
Strait of
hold the
Hormuz
blockade?
is still blocked. So the Iranians are saying if the Americans continue to block the Straits of Hormuz, they are going to ask the Houthis to block Bab el Mandeb, which means that the price of crude and all other things are going to climb significantly. And that is why the Chinese and the Russians are trying to get and the Pakistanis are trying to get the ceasefire to be extended because they know that this will make the crisis even greater if that happens.
Raleigh.
Yep.
Yeah, tell you, say, Donald Trump is hell-bent on ensuring that the Middle East mash up. Him not care.
But that will cause World War III because Xi Jinping made it clear to him that that's a very irresponsible and disrespectful thing to do.
Because I said to you that Donald Trump's intention is to build back U.S. economy and to basically control the oil market. That's why I take Venezuela first, you know. Because remember, Venezuela have the largest reserve in the world.
Yeah, man.
Him take Venezuela and then he's now saying to the world that America have oil, come buy our oil, sweet crude oil. Because remember, the American economy is in tatters, you know.
Yeah, man. But doing so in precipitating World War III because the Chinese and the people in that region, they don't like that.
But he's of the intention that him have the biggest and the greatest army in the world and him can do anything.
Yeah, man. Well, the Chinese and other people have a different idea about that.
Let's take another call. Go ahead, caller. Good evening and welcome to the College Bell Show.
Good
We're
evening.
live.
Good
Ralston
evening.
Iman is
Even
on.
gentlemen.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, even gentlemen. You know, I have a question for Mr. Hyman here now. I don't know if him can help me. Tell me something, Mr. Hyman. At $70 per barrel for oil compared to 60, what would be the difference in terms of tax collected?
Well, let us just look at the thing in terms of what they plan to collect at Petrojam based on that. At the current prices, at the $60, $62 per barrel average at Petrojam, they plan to collect some 46 billion. At the current prices, that they would be collecting $61 to $65 billion. So that's a 15 to 16.
When the budget, get that. So basically, when the government was crafting the budget, they knew it was at 70. So that it means that they would have known they would be collecting some extra taxes that wasn't accounted for the numbers.
Correct.
But why would they do that, Raleigh?
Okay.
Why would they do that?
Well, I said to steal something. I don't know, but that was a question. Thank you. I'll listen to the program afterwards.
Thank you. Yeah, Raleigh. Why
We
would
know
they
that
do
they always use Petrojam as a hidden tax collector.
Also, they still going. They know they're going to collect more taxes, and they're hiding that. Why?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's how them do it.
But now that this come out now, what them all tell we say?
That's the point I'm saying. So that's why I'm telling you that what he's saying is not true. They are in a position to reduce the price if they stuck to what they say they wanted to collect initially.
Well,
but as I said, nobody was there to ask him that question.
And they're not inviting anybody that they think will ask no question that would make
the same thing at the White House with the White House press crew. Them run all of the good journalists them and get to the new people and what them can manipulate. Yeah.
Sent a message to Marlon Morgan, said send me the link so I can be a part of the press conference and the cabinet press briefing. The man asked me if me a madman.
I fight that because the man I say you basically want to get him fired, of course. But I'm telling you the same playbook happening, same thing happening in Washington, same thing happening.
But from the fiscal commissioner made the statement about the budget. Do you hear anything else all the time?
No.
Then lock off your radio.
Yep.
Then lock off his. But me tell us that now lock off his sound in a rally.
Yeah, that man with me and my brethren. You know, from when him come talk to me and him can't come. There's a man that told me know for 30, 40 years. Yep.
And he can't give an interview.
No.
You see me in trouble.
Yep.
Then lock off his sound, the government, and manipulate the media.
Yep.
So where do we go from here, Ralston Iman?
Well, based on what I'm seeing, if they go to those measures, if you don't have the Jamaican people are dormant, so you might not have a violent reaction. Yeah, but it means that the economy is going to go into a deeper slump and people are going to suffer more. Let's put it simply. Everything will cost more and economic activity will get slower and people will get laid off. Them say Jamaican people resilient, they mean long suffering. So Jamaican people might just take the suffering, but that's where we are going right now. That's where we are going right now. People are rise up all over, you know. Venezuela, Haiti, in Africa, because people are saying them more and more pay to deal with the higher cost of living. India and all of them places. In Europe and them places, the man they make sure head off that France, Germany, the UK by reducing the tax on fuel and give the people them a break. Yep.
What are the future prospects now for tourism?
Very, 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 very difficult because Dubai and them places get cut off. People in the UK not have no money. People in the US are under significant stress. So the tourism sector will not be as vibrant as it used to be. Yeah. Similarly, remittances. The balance of payment situation will deteriorate. The economic situation in every area will deteriorate. That's why the IMF marked down the forecast, man.
I asked you yesterday about the $3.6 billion that was made available to Jamaica by the multilaterals. To date, we have only drawn down on $400 million of that. Is that money safe, even if we not take it until next year or the other year?
No, because the problems globally, as the IMF tell you, all non-oil producing countries are going to have problems and balance of payments issues. So more countries are going to want money. So that is why I'm telling you, that's on the next angle. So apart from that, they're collecting more money at Petrojam. They still have this amount of money available. It's 512 billion Jamaican dollars that they can draw on to ease the pressure on the Jamaican people. So the question is, why is it that you're not drawing down any of those funds and putting the people under pressure?
So you borrow the money and you don't use it.
You know, use it. It is very stupid.
Taking the final call for the evening. Caller, go ahead. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. Good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Why aren't we thinking about renewable?
No, we're thinking about renewable, but they are moving very slowly. Just had a conversation today with the chairman of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Energy Committee, and they are looking at some of those things. But again, they are saying they want to get assistance from the government to deal with those things. So those are some of the things that the government should have come out with rather than what the minister is saying today. We're going to provide incentives for people to do this. We're going to provide incentives for people to do that, rather than the level of arrogance and stupidity that we got today. Because now is a big opportunity for renewables. The people them want more affordable financing, reduction of taxes and all of those things in order to get going. The manufacturers want that. They have been talking to everybody.
I said to you last week, Raleigh, if I was the government, $50 billion.
Yep.
Me I put out there in a renewable.
Correct.
I said by the end of this year, we must cut our oil dependency by at least 25%.
Yeah, man.
Putting up solar panel, making these solar panel right here in Jamaica.
Public sector institutions and all of those places. Those are things that we want to hear.
Every school top, every hospital top, every government building roof should have line off with solar panel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Those are things that we should have been doing a long time ago.
In summer, we should be in summer. Our electricity should be generated, and not just summer, but even the dry time, January up to April.
Yeah, man.
We should not generate all our electricity from the sun.
Yeah, man. Has to come out and talk about movements and shutting down and things like that.
Crash the economy, man. Madness, rubbish.
No, with the current slow productivity or low productivity.
Madman,
does that make sense?
Madman.
No, you're going to put us in a depression.
You know, this is a person that come out and say people are dumb, dark, and stupid. You know, it's time for us to stop the Jamaican people for. I don't want you to use the word that I'm thinking. You're talking about stopping people from moving.
Rubbish.
What would the impact be like on the country?
That will be putting the economy into a depression. Remember, we still haven't recovered from COVID-19 yet, the impact on the economy. So if he's talking about going back to COVID-19 measures with the impact of Hurricane Melissa on the economy already down by 7.5%, you can see where we're going. Crashing thing.
Instead of we go build one
couple
10,000
with the
houses
hurricane.
and
Yeah,
ramp up
trust.
the economy. Go build one 10,000 house. Put people where get damaged. Instead of them dep on them platform at talk about if government can build back house for everybody. We're not asking the government to build back house for everybody. We're asking the government to build back house for everybody who lose them house.
Mm-hmm.
All of the people them who them house totally destroy. Go build something for them. And use that kind of activity to ramp up the Jamaican economy in this crisis.
Yeah, man.
Secondly, this NARA and using expert. Who's gonna pay for these experts?
No way, man.
Well, the people of Jamaica, taxpayers.
Where the money is gonna come from?
No, the loan. That them a plan to use the loan, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
To go through
So
the
is
NARA so them get rich out of it.
Is it a case of creating area for people to earn money?
Yeah, man.
Well, it's supposed to assist with the recovery or the building back of Jamaica. But when you listen to the projects that they are talking about, it not really have nothing to do with assisting people, getting back people's lives to even where they were before the hurricane or even better. We don't hear them talking about the resilience of the build back anymore. You realize that we're gone through the winter rally.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Bell, that geezer that you always entertain in your program,
sure, man.
You need to eventually look at it as a glass, half 3/4 with sand, and you put water in it. When you strain the sand off, what the amount of water in it. You have these people that sit in a group. They say, "Okay, I'm gonna be disruptive, like a student in the classroom."
Mm-hmm.
We are adults. We are serious about getting the country in
Going
order.
forward. Mm-hmm.
It's time for us to think about, as you mentioned, about solar system and hydro system and things like that.
Yeah, man.
Reduce fossil fuel.
That's supposed to be the biggest
We can't
investment
afford
we're
it.
talking about now. Yeah, man.
It is becoming difficult now.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Give thanks,
You're
my
right,
brother.
sir. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, man. That is where we should be going, Ralston.
That should be the biggest investment now. Yep.
Yeah, man. With the oil problem, we should have
Energy
look on
and
this as
food.
Jamaicans. We are gonna build out our solar farms.
Yeah, man.
If you want, we are gonna assist the companies who are ready to
Yeah,
build
man.
these solar panels.
That's what the JMA
right
talking
here in
about.
Jamaica.
Yeah. That's what the JMA talking about. And don't forget the other thing, Colin. You talk about farm, the food too, because food crisis, the man them talk about too.
Food security is critical.
Yep.
Paramount in everything that we're doing.
Right.
Food security. And I've been saying this long time that government need to pay farmers to go make certain that we have food in this country.
Yeah, man. Worse you tell
farmers.
Worse you tell people to have more picnic.
Jumbi them. or people are gonna live.
That's the point I make.
Jumbi them. They don't know how to manage a country rally.
Yeah, man.
And when they hear Daryl Vaz today, it tells you that the government don't know where to go, where to turn, what to do. They don't have a clue.
They're bankrupt. Yeah, man.
Anyway, Rally, your final thoughts as we wrap up this evening.
Well, as we are saying, the crisis is intensifying. Even if the war done tomorrow, all international experts at the IMF, the World Bank, Wall Street, OECD are saying that the economy has been permanently scarred and people must focus on energy and food security at this particular point in time. So what we are saying to the minister, what is it that you are saying is inadequate? You are collecting more money from the ad valorem tax so you can reduce the burden on the Jamaican people. We're also saying that you have 512 billion Jamaican dollars available to you. You can also use some of that in order to get the economy back on track. Because if you go back to the COVID measures, which we have not fully recovered from, we are going to find ourselves in a steep recession or even a depression, which will have significant negative social and economic consequences. Simple.
Thank you, my brother. We talk again Saturday. Blessings.
Blessings.
One love, my brother.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Listeners and viewers, if you have not yet subscribed to Portland Spice TV, please subscribe, like, and share. That was Ralston Ayaman, ES financial analyst in Jamaica and the Caribbean. no second, no third. Anybody next? Fourth, down the road. Thank you, listeners and viewers, for being with us this evening. Thanks to Ralston Iman for sharing with us. This has been the Colin Bell Show for yet another Wednesday evening. We remind you that last Monday evening, we didn't have religious freedom, but it's going to be back Monday evening coming, and the topic they are going to be discussing, should Christian be wealthy? That's going to be a very interesting topic. Until we join you again Saturday morning for the Colin Bell Show, right here on Portland Spice TV. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and become a Portland Spice ambassador. Bring some new people to the channel to get real information, the most credible discussion on governance and on the economy anywhere on social media. This has been the Colin Bell Show. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again Saturday evening, peace be with you, my people.
Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture said it once and we say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus match where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is here.